Hey everyone, welcome to another market review. I want to talk about some stuff today with Iran and the tech setup. We'll start with Iran. And I honestly don't get all the skepticism people have or negativity have towards this potential peace deal, why they are so skeptical. And I'll explain how I see things in that, in my opinion, this is the last chance Iran has to go for peace. If we get further escalation from this point, they're pretty much fucked. Like the current regime will get wiped. If like Imagine what it means if we get escalation. It means that the US is okay with any amount of economic damage as long as if if the Iran regime gets changed and they win there. They're willing to sacrifice soldiers. They're willing to sacrifice the economy, not just their own but the entire world. They don't care about anything their ally says except Israel, and all of that. This is what it means. So if we get escalation from this point, this is what it means. And the consequences for the Iranian regime is that they will get hunted, they will get bombed, civilian infrastructure will get hit. There is no amount of pain they can cause to get the US to back down. So this is the point of no return. If we get escalation from this point, this is what it means. Or at least this is what I believe. So, in my opinion, this is their last chance to go for peace. They have a lot of leverage that they can use, and why I believe they're not making any amendable comments. They're still hardline comments, and whatnot. And why they want to keep that leverage, and they're not backing down on anything. But in reality, like they should all be scared shitless because they're all going to die. It doesn't matter. If the US escalates, they are fucked. They're gonna be hunted. They're gonna be bombed. The entire religious guard system will fail because the US will do whatever it takes. Oh, aside from this, on the other side of the pond, we have the US, and on the US side, we have JD Vance, who is useless, has not said anything about the war in Iran, basically, and he's basically dead in the water for elections. Like there, no one is going to vote for JD Vance. He's completely irrelevant. He's worse than Kamala was, from the perspective as a invisible VP. He has done nothing, and why would anyone choose them from the Republican side? I don't mean even as a general election, but from the Democratic side, why would anyone go with JD Vance on the ticket right now? And since we have Kushner and Witkov not very liked by the Iranians for good reasons, they requested JD Vance. So, and probably he wanted to do this as well. This is his opportunity to become JD, the peacebringer Vance. And if he manages this to make a deal here, his stocks goes up. So he becomes once again the front runner for the Republican Party. And I think he has a lot of incentive to get this going and to achieve a result and to make some concessions or anything like that. So I think we have both sides who have an interest not to escalate further. Like I said, if the US goes all in here, they basically sacrifice absolutely everything. And the way we perceive Trump historically, he doesn't like sacrifice. He likes easy wins and to look like a winner and whatnot. So I don't see Trump wanting to escalate. I don't see JD Vance wanting to escalate. I don't see the Iranians wanting to escalate. The only people want to escalate are probably Israel and Russia because they make a lot of money from oil and they sell weapons to the Iranians and whatnot and stuff like that. So the two major players in the war, which is the US and Iran, do not want to escalate. Do not believe what they say and neither what they do. At some point, they can say, "Okay, we turn it off," and that's it. So this is my take, and I think there's a very, very high chance that this conflict gets resolved. Yesterday post market we got that news that there might be a 30-day ceasefire, and that pumped things again. It's looking pretty okay. Like we have this falling wedge flag thing here, another one here, and looking like it's going higher. Yesterday was pretty good breath, but mega caps got dumped again. Microsoft, Meta, Google, and I want to talk about this one as well. So over the past couple of weeks, I'll show this. So SNDK. SNDK has gotten flow like this a lot. Above OI, very long dated, very far out of the money. And even though I'll just go back a couple of days to show you guys like this type of thing again, this type of thing again, this type of thing again. And initially like this again. MU as well, like MU has been getting the same kind of thing. And we look at the charts themselves. This is SNDK. It had this large run up recently, which was like 30%, I think. But again, kind of stalling, not looking extremely strong to me. MU kind of the same thing, and it dropped after earnings in spite of incredible earnings. This is becoming kind of a distribution zone. So what I am thinking happens is we will get capex cut. I think we are like a month away from Mag 7 announcing that they're cutting capex. Most likely not incredibly much, but it's kind of coming, and we should be seeing uh, a rotation from semis back into mega caps as a result. That's one option. The other option is everything dumps. But given how the overall setup is and the expectation that the market could potentially go up from a peace deal, I think it's more likely than not, or it's more likely than the other scenario that we get rotation and money goes back into Mag 7, then that everything drops. The problem is Nvidia. Nvidia might drop from this, or will likely drop from this. So this is what I'm thinking. So as the general setup, probably a bit more downside here. Like yesterday, let me show breadth. So yesterday we were fine. We were at 63 UVol. We were breadth improved further, so we went from here to a bit higher on McLaren oscillator, almost having a crossover here. But it was Mag 7 holding us back, as we can see for the heat map. Other than that, it was a pretty healthy day. But software got hammered, Mag 7 got hammered, only semis went up. And this is becoming a very tired trade. Like software is super slaughtered. Mag 7 kind of the same thing. Like it varies between each one, but Microsoft is in a big drawdown. Meta kind of, but not quite. Nvidia is sort of flat, but again not looking extremely strong. Google, that minus almost 4% day came out of nowhere. Like I didn't see it coming. There was also positive flow before that. But again, sort of surprising and unexpected. But on the other side, semis look tired as well, like I showed from MU and SNDK. Like they're basically going sideways in this range, so not going higher either. So a bit of a strange setup here, but I'm Spider sense it's tingling. It says that we will be getting like a capex cut um, from Mag 7 imminently. Another reason why I think that is we had that news yesterday with Sora. So basically, OpenAI is cutting Sora, which on one hand will open compute for other stuff, so they maybe need less to build out. Sora was a big reason why they wanted to build more compute. Video generation is very resource intensive. So if they're cutting a whole future feature with Sora and they're stepping back from video generation, they suddenly don't need that much build out as well. So all of these things are kind of signaling that we're coming into that point where companies are going to announce capex cuts for the AI build out. Either, and this should come from two sides. One, they need actually less, and yeah, no, they need less. Both like OpenAI will need less because they have Sora, and we have Mag 7 getting punished, and they will realize that they're getting punished because of Capex, and they will adjust and just say, okay, we're cutting down a bit on this one, and it will be the signal that the market rotates. So now going back into the technicals, let's look at what we have here. And first of all, big mother candle here. We are within it. It's like 4%. Historically not that big, but for our context it's pretty big. So four and a bit to the upside and almost exactly four on the downside. The behavior we're seeing right now is very common and expected. Generally speaking, we get like a 50% retracement on this type of move. Sorry, let me this one. And we have gotten that. So basically we overshot a bit. It's normal as well. But next time we go down, if we go down, we should be bouncing around here and then go higher. If we manage to get above this top level, it's a pretty major thing because I don't really expect we get above it without positive news. And again, if we flip the AVR from the year start, big deal, and so on and so on. So every level that we push higher on becomes more significant and more significant. And I'll just compare it to like this was a huge model candle, like what's this? I think it was 13% or something, 13%. But similar to what we have now. So we first pull back, we overshot, we went even below 50%. Then again, slightly below 50%, but only on we went lower only on the week. Then 50% became support. We went higher, we went above the top level of the candle became support, and then we got a breath signal, and we went higher from there. We didn't look back. And this is basically the way bottoms happen, generally speaking. Like for example, here this was like a 5% candle or something, 5.6, and I think this was a 50% pullback as well. Yeah, 50%. One time tested, then went up, got above it, and didn't really look back either. Like this candle as well, or no, this one. Multiple attempts to push lower, but generally speaking, we stayed above the 50% on the closing basis, and so on and so on. So this is normal. And if we get above the upper level of the candle, so above 66.95, so let's call it 6700, it will be a pretty significant thing for the market to get. So overall, I'm pretty bullish. We'll see how things play out. For now, target is this area between the AVU up and the open, which is 6800, 6850. This is where I expect where we'll get a top because it's kind of the 55 EMA as well, the 44, 55 EMA area, AVU up. So basically 6800 should be the top if we get another leg down. But I don't really see the incentive for all the players involved, except Israel and Russia, for the war to continue. And like I said, this is the last chance for the Iranian regime to get peace. If things escalate, they will get wiped. There is no way they win the war militarily. Continuation means the US is okay with whatever happens economically and with through escalation. If they are not okay, it doesn't really matter. If they do it, if they're not okay or they don't understand it, which I doubt because there's smart people in the US side as well. And like, as we shouldn't underestimate Iran's willingness to basically suicide bomb the world economy, we shouldn't underestimate the US the US side with the how good they are at war and destruction. So if we get escalation, it's basically the doomsday scenario, but everyone said they're okay with that. So it is what it is. But I don't think Trump is not the person to be okay with that, and it's JD Vance's last chance to become relevant again if he wants to become president in 2028. I think the sides have all have incentives for things to chill out and to get a peace agreement somehow. I wanted to show this as well, which is allegedly Iran's demands for peace. Oh no, sorry, the U.S. proposal for Iran for peace. The Iran one is stupid. It's very bombastic and stupid. It's not real. But this one seems to be real from the U.S. side, and it's a pretty sweet deal for Iran, in my opinion. They obviously negotiate a couple of things. You can pause the video if you want to read everything, but this is a very good deal, in my opinion. Like I said, plus they might negotiate some other stuff on top of it. I think it's a good deal, and I think they will take it, and it will put the war behind us, and we just go up from here. Now, besides that, the next leg down can come from the CapEx cut announcement. Like I said, there's two scenarios. One in which we get rotation into Max 7 from semis, and semis begin like a negative period, but the market will still go up, or everything drops and both semis and Max 7 drop, and the market does another leg down, or we do a low retest, depends when it happens. Like it could be something like this. Let's Could be something like this, or we just do like a small pullback. Sorry, do a small pullback and then continue higher. Oh, I wanted to show also the Sway bread trust setup. So we are already close to 50%. This one, this is the legit take. So we are close to 50%. Still have a bit to go to reach the target, but it's definitely doable. The reaction so far has been relatively muted because it's not official, the ceasefire. But once that becomes official, I kind of expect another 2% day, maybe take us directly to the 55 EMA here, or on US 500 already here, like 6,800 directly from that announcement when it becomes official directly. So that could take us like zero point 0.6, and if we get another follow-up day, we could get a breath signal directly, and that's a very bullish thing. So that's my take. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one. Bye bye.